In this video, I'm going to show you how to put up your own backyard trellis for grapes or maybe blackberries. It's a couple day project, but it's actually very easy. So the first step is to get some posts. I cut these at an angle so that the water will drip off, and I stain them with a waterproof and redwood 2-in-1 stain to keep them going for a very long time. The next step is to figure out spacing. So I space these posts 12 feet apart, and you typically need about 8 feet between each plant. So eventually these plants may get kind of close. So dig your holes, dig them really deep. You want them to be at least about 2 feet deep. And it's a good idea to put some gravel at the bottom so that water doesn't build up and end up causing the wood to rot. And stain your post completely before you put it in that hole so that it actually is waterproofed a little bit. It'll keep it going for a lot longer. Once you have your hole in the ground, put the post in and get some fence post concrete. It's made by Sacrete, and you put that as a powder just directly in. You water a little bit, put a little bit more in, and then try to level out your post. And it's a good idea to get some small wooden shims, pound those into the ground and into the post with a screw on each end. And once you have it level, it should stay with the concrete there. And make sure the concrete doesn't go all the way up, maybe set it 3 inches down. And once it seems pretty stable, just leave it and get all of your posts in place. The next step is to drill a hole and get some wire. So I got 10 gauge wire. I'll throw a link up here. It's available on Amazon, or you can get it from Home Depot. And get enough that, to cover everything. So I put up 2 trellis lines, which is pretty typical. These are our Riesling grapes, and so these will begin to get trained in the next couple of months. And drill a hole at each height, all the way down. And straighten this wire out, thread it through, and the key thing is to get one of these. This is a wire grabber. These are kind of hard to find, but they all are available on Amazon. I'll throw a link up also. And this makes your job a lot easier. So all you do is you put one of these on each end of your hole, make sure the hole is wide enough, and screw it in. And this is like a Chinese finger trap. You put the wire in at one end, and it can't come out. It can only go through. So when these wires begin to sag, all you have to do to tighten them up is just pull on this wire. Couldn't be easier. And that's really it. Then get some grapes. I have a little support just to train them as they climb up here. These have been growing for 2 months so far. I got them as grafts. And eventually I'll train them. If I see any grapes this year, I'll prune them off because we really want growth to be vigorous the first year and set them up on here. But maybe next year I might allow them to fruit a little bit, even though really you're supposed to wait at least 2 years. And so one vine will be on this bottom part here, and I think I'll set up another vine here on the top one. The other option is to let this grow all the way across and let each spur come up and wrap itself around here, and that maybe actually would be the best way to go. I still need to decide what to do. So it's a fun weekend project, ends up being really beautiful, and hopefully I'll have some wine in a couple of years to drink.